Why is China transforming from a country once overshadowed by poverty to a global powerhouse in luxury and innovation? Could it be that China, once known for its economic struggles, is now leading the world in high-end, affordable motorcycles? How did it manage to turn the tide so dramatically, challenging established international brands with sleek, powerful machines at a fraction of the price? For decades, China was a nation that lived in the shadow of its own poverty. It was a sleeping giant where the majority of the population could only dream of luxury. Motorcycles, symbols of freedom and status in many parts of the world, were a distant hope for those who lived in a country where every penny counted. While global brands flaunted their high-end models, the average Chinese citizen could only afford basic functional motorcycles. Often criticized for their poor quality abroad, but something has changed. China has shifted gears in a major way. Now, this same country is at the forefront of ultra-luxury motorcycle manufacturing, and the twist: they're offering exclusivity and top-tier quality at prices that leave the rest of the world stunned. Yes, today Chinese motorcycles aren't just good. They're spectacular. Take the Zuo 2000 V8, for example. This beast of a machine with its brutal design and 2000cc engine resembles more of a rocket than a motorcycle. What's even more surprising is that its price remains ridiculously accessible when compared to established giants like the Honda Goldwing, which now seems out of reach for many. But the Zuo 2000 V8 isn't the only example of this drastic change. There's also the Venda LFC 700, a cruiser that combines futuristic design with a performance level that makes anyone question why they'd continue to pay inflated prices for Western brands. Why settle for more expensive options when China is producing bikes of equal, if not superior, quality for a fraction of the price? Not long ago, Chinese motorcycles were considered nothing more than cheap imitations with questionable finishes. Now, however, they've become symbols of accessible luxury. Companies like Joy have unapologetically copied Harley-Davidson models, offering them at prices that seem almost like a bad joke. Meanwhile, the global brands, particularly from the West, are trembling. China has understood something that many have forgotten: luxury doesn't have to cost a fortune. The motorcycle revolution has arrived, and it's coming with a Chinese twist. For years, Chinese citizens admired iconic brands like Harley-Davidson, Honda, and Yamaha from afar, dreaming of the day they could own one of these majestic machines. But economic reality and the perception that local brands were of inferior quality kept them from reaching that dream. Fast forward to today, and the story has completely changed. Chinese brands haven't just closed the gap, they're offering larger, more luxurious bikes at prices that make traditional brands look downright expensive. Take the Shangshuai XS800, a luxury cruiser inspired by Harley-Davidson. It offers a premium riding experience, and the price, a mere €8,400, a fraction of what a comparable Harley would cost. Another example is the PF Moto Star 6, which emulates the Honda Goldwing in design and performance. Equipped with a 573cc V-twin engine that delivers 58.5 horsepower, this motorcycle promises epic adventures. And its price tag of around €5,000 makes you wonder if it's worth paying more for the original Goldwing. Let's not forget the Jueweo 4000-5. A motorcycle that takes inspiration from the Harley-Davidson Fat Bob, with a 400cc V-twin engine producing 31.5 horsepower. This beauty is offered in China for just about €2,500. Yes, you read that correctly. For the price of a scooter in Europe. You can own a cruiser that's sure to turn heads. The strategy behind these irresistible prices lies in the ability of Chinese manufacturers to reduce costs through cheaper labor and optimized production processes. This allows them to offer motorcycles with advanced technologies, attractive designs, and performance levels that compete directly with Western brands, but at a fraction of the price. The result is that Chinese consumers who once could only admire expensive foreign motorcycles from a distance are now opting for their own homegrown machines. They're choosing more powerful, luxurious, and, most importantly, affordable bikes. This shift is not only revolutionizing the domestic market, but is also raising alarms among traditional brands, which are now facing competition from these new and attractive alternatives. What happened? It all changed when the Chinese government, under Xi Jinping, decided to turn this stigma into a source of national pride. And they've done so with remarkable success. Today, China not only produces with quality, but proudly promotes it. Under Xi Jinping's leadership, a national agenda has been set to encourage citizens to buy domestic products, leaving foreign imports in the dust. Since taking power, she has championed a strategy to position China as a global leader in innovation and quality while reducing dependence on foreign products. This plan aims not just to strengthen the internal economy, but also to foster a strong sense of nationalism. Catchphrases like "Chinese is the best" and mass media campaigns are promoting the idea that buying Chinese products is a patriotic act on China. The Harley-Davidson, once a symbol of freedom and luxury, is now seen as an expensive dinosaur. Why pay 3 times more for an American bike when you can buy a Shangshui XS 800 that offers similar performance at a ridiculously lower price? The same story is unfolding with Japanese brands like Yamaha and Honda, which are being displaced by alternatives such as the Soho S200 or the Venda LFC 700 motorcycles that exude luxury and power without breaking the bank. The Chinese government is also doing its part. High import taxes and blatant promotion of domestic brands are pushing citizens toward buying local. In China, purchasing foreign goods is starting to be perceived as almost an act of disloyalty. This trend is not limited to motorcycles. Technology companies like Huawei, Xiaomi, and Dio are leading global markets, while automakers like NIO and BYD are challenging giants like Tesla. This movement is fueled by a powerful narrative. Buying Chinese is not only smart, it's patriotic. If this momentum continues, it won't be long before China is not just a manufacturing giant, but a global benchmark for design and quality. The world may have mocked its beginnings, but the reality is that China is now setting the pace. Jinping is not backing down, and the Made in China pride is here to stay. This shift is changing the global playing field, and it's clear that China's dominance in manufacturing and innovation is just beginning. The Made in China 2025 plan is Xi Jinping's masterstroke to turn China from the world's cheap factory into the leader of global innovation and advanced technology. Essentially, China wants to shed its image as a producer of cheap, low-quality goods and become the world leader in quality and technology. The goal is to make China less dependent on foreign technology and manufacture everything it needs, but at an advanced level. This strategy involves massive investments in key sectors like electric vehicles, artificial intelligence, biomedicine, renewable energy, advanced machinery, and even aerospace transportation. This plan is about more than just producing better products. It's about reshaping the global narrative and making everyone see China as the gold standard in quality and innovation. It's an aggressive, well-calculated move that, if successful, could change the global landscape forever. And this is only the beginning. The question remains, will China be the future of global luxury, or will the world continue to resist the rise of the Chinese-made elite? Time will tell, but one thing is certain. China is no longer the follower. It is the leader.